Now I would like to introduce you to Father Ziad Hilal. Father is a Jesuit priest who worked with the late Frans van der Lugt in Homs, and until earlier this year headed a pastoral centre in the city of Homs, providing medical assistance for those physically disabled and for education for youngsters with learning difficulties. Father Ziad was a project partner, or is a project partner to Aid to the Church in Need in Homs, helping to provide emergency and pastoral aid, especially during the 3-year siege of Homs, where Christians and others were trapped in the old city. Please welcome Father Ziad.
Excellent brothers and sisters, I am a Francophone man, but I will try to speak English. Then Joan and Father Douglas told everything about Middle East and about ISIS and about the other groups. Then maybe I will change what I wrote here. I will speak about our experience. Maybe it is different experience what we did in Syria. Do you know Syria now? It is destroyed country. 0.5% in Syria are destroyed, and we can speak about 5 million displaced and refugees inside and outside in Syria. And you heard a lot about the refugees now. They won't come to Europe. And I discovered yesterday in Aberdeen here, I have relatives and friends from Syria, from my village. I come from south of Syria, Horan. But I have to live in Homs when I come back to Syria after 20 years abroad of Syria and the immense camp. The story starts in Homs 2011. I was in my bed in afternoon, and one sniper want to kill me. Then he shot me, but I was in bed. They are maybe 1 centimeter between the vault and me. And this time I start to think how I can help my people do not be killed. This is the story, and we start like Jesuits, like JRL, Jesuit of His Service, in 2011, in the beginning of the crisis in Syria, to do something for children. We start with one center only. It was our center, our church. In Syria, we have, in Homs only, we have 3 churches, 4 centers. We lost everything. We have only now 1 church and 1 center. And we start with this center to learn the children the peace and the reconciliation. Our idea, it was in the beginning, like a Christian and Muslim, we will live together forever. This is the idea, and we start with the Muslim people, Muslim children first. Do you know in Syria we have many ethnies, many religions. We have Arab, Chaldean, Assyrian, we have Cherkess, we have Armenian, and we have Kurd and the other. And also for religions we have Muslim and Christian, but in the Christian we have Orthodox and Catholic and Protestant. For the Catholic we have Latin, Maronite, Greek Catholic, Syriac, Armenian. In Orthodox the same, and Protestant the same. And also for Muslim We have Sunnite, we have Shiite, and we have also Druze. And I want to also, one of my friends, he is here, he is Druze also. And they are also the other Alawite and. It's a huge country, but we have a lot of religions and ethnics. It is like mosaic, but we didn't have in our story the conflict. It was the first time in Syria story. And we start with building the peace and reconciliation to have these children for future, our future. And now we start with 10 children. Now we have 11 centers in Syria, and we have 3,500 children. Yes. And we start with one center to help the people. Now we have more than 7 centers in Syria, in Aleppo, in Homs, in Damascus, in the mountain. And with the church in need, we started also 2 big projects in Homs and the area, the mountain of a Christian, Wadi Nasara, for 6,000 families. 6,000 families, it's about 3,000 people. 30,000 people. It is a huge number for medicine, for food item, not food item, scholarship, and rent house, and. Today our message of hope, this to have this peace and reconciliation. The international community sometimes said the conflict in Syria, it is a religious conflict. Not true. It is not between Muslim and Christian. Believe me. And my team, and our team in JRS, we have half Muslim and half Christian, and we work together. I can understand they are jihadists and they are ISIS and the other area. Do you know now about 50% of Syria in the hand of ISIS? And we spoke about our friend, he worked with us, Father Jack Murat. And after the death of Father France was my superior, and we were together, only 2 Jesuits in the house. He was killed on 7 of April 2014. But our hope doesn't stop there. The message of peace of Father France, he decided to stay in the old city for 2 years. Between him and me there are only 900 meters. We couldn't see each other 2 years. You can imagine. And the day when we decided to see each other, there are 1 man enter in our residence at Shatim. This is sad, but we decided to stay in Syria and continue this work with the civil society, because it is very important for us to stay there like a Christian. The church in Syria, it is very strong church. Yes, a lot of work for peace and reconciliation start and continue with the church in Syria. And the priest in Syria stayed in Syria. I know only 1 priest left Syria. 1 only. He was kidnapped and he left Syria. And 2 bishops and 3 priests were kidnapped. And 4 priests were killed. But the church decided to stay there to serve our people. It is our story, and we will continue there. We are very sad to see a lot of our people, a lot of our young and youth people flee Syria for Europe and the other place. Don't think they are very happy to come here in Europe. I met a lot of them. in France, in Amsterdam, in Germany. I was there, I met them, I spoke with them. All want to come back to Syria, but to have the peace and reconciliation. Why the people flee Syria? This is the question. 5 years, they are losing everything. Houses, work, shops, life, son, daughter, father, mother. This is the story, and it is very sad story. We couldn't tell them stay in Syria or fly Syria. It's their decision. Our hope today with our church, with the Church in Need, with the other association, with you also, Christian in the world, Father, Holy Father of France, he Jesuit like me. I am very happy to say that. And I met him there in Rome. He said that, who is your brother? Your brother is there, somewhere in the world, suffering. He is your brother. We are your brothers, and you are our brothers. This is our story. The violence can come everywhere, and we can support each other. A lot of Christian people and the other also kidnapped people, Muslim people, ask me when I come to Europe to ask you to pray for them. For the kidnapped people, we have a lot of missing people in Syria. And especially in north of Syria, we have 200 Chaldean and Assyrian people were kidnapped by ISIS 6 months ago. And in Qaryatain, until now, there are about 150 Christian people in the hostage in the hand of ISIS. At the end, our message today for the United Nations, not with the violence, with the arm, will have the peace. Only the way of peace, it is the dialogue. We haven't another way. And the example, it was Lebanon, our neighbor. After 15 years war, they should to stay around a table and discuss. Then I want thank you, Bishop and Church in Need, brother and sister, for your help, and be sure with your help we stay in Syria, and we are staying like a Christian and Muslim to rebuild our hope and our country. Thank you.